Hey, how's it going, guys? It's a little impromptu stream here. This here, I don't know if April's going to be in the chat or not, but this that we're going to work on today is a pinup for her webcomic. I don't think it's out just yet. I think she's still working on it. Sometimes she pops in the chat. We'll see if she comes in. But it's called Primal Heart, and it's a birthday present too. So we're going to work on this today. This as well is also in like the older style. So for those of you that like that kind of thing. We'll go back and forth. Let me just back this up here so you guys can see where we're at here. So there's the four main characters. I love her designs on these characters. They remind me of the old Kirby stuff, to be honest. A little mix of anime in there too. But, and I don't really know them too well. But anyway, we got like, I'll just call them as they are. So we've got this katana sword guy with like a Winter Soldier looking mask. We got this guy up here with like this giant hand cannon. This chick here, actually, she reminds me of another comic. I forget what it was when I was in high school. I was reading. I think it was called. I just remember a Joe Mad cover. If it was Kaboom, I think it might have been called. Can't really remember. But anyway, there's this chick here. She's got like basically giant kind of. To me, they look like giant mechanical arms. And then this girl back here, she can, I guess, summon fire. She's got like fire hair and stuff, and then we'll have the big villain in the background. Just like a classical comic book, comic style cover here, right? So you guys are going to see reference popping up as we go. What I'm doing right now, though, is just getting in here and tightening up some of these faces. These are the roughs, right? So they're very rough and sloppy. Here, I'm just sort of like ironing out some of the details before we get in there and do the cleaner line art. And we'll see how far we get with this one today. Let's make some more room here. So a lot of these characters, it looks like they have like horns and stuff. So I have to figure out how we're going to get in here and do this. I was actually looking at some of my older stuff yesterday while I was on lunch at work. I kind of missed some of the older stuff I was doing. Not just like this line art style, but there's like an inking style that we were doing too. I might do it with this one. We'll see when we get to it. It'll be like this kind of stuff here. Let me see. Art. I think I had like a Green Goblin. It's kind of like the style I was getting into before going into the Kirby look here. Maybe it isn't in here. Dang. Art. Let's search for a Green Goblin, see if it pops up. There we go. So it is kind of along these lines here. This look. Where you basically do like the contour, add in the shadows. I got this sort of style from honestly looking at a lot of Ryan Otley on his Spider-Man run and watching him do like commissions and stuff like that at conventions. And what I dug about it was like it's obviously a lot of speed that I was gaining with this, and it's almost reversed to like what we'll be doing today with this, where it's like line art all the way up to like the shadows and inks. What I did dig about this was like once you lock in where your shadows are, we can come in with like a micron and put in all the detail that you would need anyway. But I don't have to draw all the anatomy and stuff and then put shadow on that anatomy. I get to put the shadow first and then put anatomy around it. And I enjoyed this kind of thing here from time to time. Again, it's a different look, but I haven't decided yet. If April comes in, I'll probably run it by her to see what she likes. I feel like this one here might be more fun to do. And then obviously once we get to coloring, right, like it pops more. Love you guys too. Drive safe. Bye, buddy. Will do. Yeah, I'm distracted now. But anyway, so I don't know which style to do. That will go in. The stuff I did for April before with some of her. Let me see here. Where'd I put April stuff? Right here. So if you guys remember, some of you guys might remember, I've done 2 pictures for her. Let me just bring both of these up. So this was another one of her characters. The thing I like about April's designs, honestly, like I think a lot of people that like comics, Kirby, I'll say retro style comics. You see this right here? I love this design. This to me looks like something like Kirby would do. And I think I need to just pick her brain a little bit more about what she's doing when she's coming up with like all this elaborate extra stuff. I think I struggle with doing this. Sometimes I don't think of doing certain things like this. But anyway, I think there's a stream. You guys go back where we did this one. In this style here, did I open up? No. And then there was this one. These two, again, like her character designs to me are just top tier. But this kind of stuff, we might be going this direction where that's a lot more open, and then the shadow is with the color, right? Like this, there's actually like drastic shadows in there, so it's a different feel. And I'm not quite sure which one she likes. If I had to guess, it'll probably go this route, just because of I don't know. I'm assuming she's like me in a lot of ways, where it's like color pops, and we'll just go with that. Nimrod, welcome. Icon, thank you too, by the way, man, for sticking around here. Rough so rough, Jonathan Rector. That's right. There we go. You were doing hand anatomy. Oh, studies, eh? How's that going? All right, let's keep this going here. I need some more light, man. So again, I'm just trying to get in here and tightening up some of the scribbles for the faces. I usually can figure out the rest of the detail and all that, like on the anatomy when we get to it. But the faces, you know, as fun as they are to just get in there and figure it out as we go. You see how I'm getting a little sloppy here with scribbling with the lines and all that? It just lets me, I may as well figure it out now instead of waiting until we get to the actual drawing of it. So I'm going to round that out here. I think it looks something like that. I got to figure out where the pupils are going to go. But there's an ear over here somewhere, and then we're going to come in here. I think we'll bring that. That might look cool. Now here, if you see this guy, he's got like this. It looks like a choker. To me, right? It's like the Antichrist symbol or whatever. I'm putting it out here a little bit more like a necklace because it pops, right? Like everything is gray and black, and that red's really gonna pop. I'm going to, I like the way the positioning, the anatomy of this guy is. It's very hard to see that, like you wouldn't see it. So I'm going to just take a little liberation there and make it more of a necklace. All right, then we'll get like all that tuft of hair. It's got like the devil horns kind of. This one I know is going to get covered up by that gun. But we definitely still want to have it in there. And I think I might just put more hair over here. Not quite sure yet. And I found a 3D model for the katana. So that'll work. Okay, so that guy's face is done. Who's next here? I think this is the main character. So let's just, I'm just going to rotate it just so I can make sense of it a little bit more. I know the hair is a little bit different. Yeah, we'll go this way. It's going pretty good since I don't really have problems with hands. Oh, good. That's good stuff. Hands are like one of those troublesome things for a lot of people. Me too, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I can figure it out, or I feel like I just sort of phone in a lot of stuff. Like, I know we could always get better at certain things, but all good. One thing, too, I should say with... I don't necessarily know if April's doing that with this. I'm actually going to give her some thicker lips here. I like drawing the ladies with the thicker lips here. But this is something I want to bring back into even my Kirby kind of stuff. You guys let me know. Does that like name represent the new style that I'm doing well? Or should I come up with like a different thing? I feel like when I just say Kirby, people understand what I'm saying. But I'm not trying to riff Kirby too much, like the rendering that he does in Kirby Dots, and maybe the fact that like I'll put like hands and feet like extreme, like right in your face, like that I could see, but the actual way that it's drawn, I don't think is like the Kirby stuff. But anyway, is getting back to adding, like to me, this face I'm drawing has a slight Joe Mad slash anime feel to it. Maybe not full anime, but like Capcom anime, like Street Fighter. That's the jam I'm into. I want to bring more of this back into that style that I'm working on. There was one picture I did. I think it was actually for Nimrod when he was on Patreon. He asked me for, here, I'll bring it up. It was Ken from Street Fighter. Good old Ken Masters. Where are you? Patreon, Bus Sketch, Darren. Where are you, buddy? Right there. There he is. Good old Ken Masters. And to me, there's like a little bit of, I mean, it's not pure anime at all, but like, if you look at the face, there's, you know, you've got like the simple nose and like the super simple features and the scribbliness of it. To me, I was channeling a little bit of a Capcom feel to things. I think I could push it a little bit more, but I want to get back into this look or incorporate more of that as opposed to not that I'm not having fun, not having fun with what I'm doing or anything, but like when I look at something like, let's say this one that I just posted, this Bruce Adams picture for role playing. Actually, this might not count. To me, this does have a little bit of an anime feel, and I'm not quite sure what it is that I'm talking about when I say that. Maybe it's just a feeling I got, or maybe it's just the simplicity of it is what I like, and not adding too much rendering. Like I'm not even sure if this one really has it. Maybe it does. I don't know. So like when you look at Captain America's face here, maybe it's just the extra stuff I'm adding to it, where it doesn't feel. Maybe you guys can't even tell the difference. I don't know. Maybe this is just something I'm doing when I'm working on it, but I'm trying to. Even the shape language I'm using here, I feel is a little bit more different than even that Captain America picture. I'm trying to get more back to this. And the reason, if you guys were here in like the last stream that I was working on, there's a Captain America picture I drew when I was starting to experiment with this stuff. And it's definitely not in here. But as I've been drawing in this style and this look, I've noticed that I've been adding more and more shadows, so things get darker. And I don't necessarily I don't want to do that. I have to be aware of it because I want to use shadows when they're supposed to be used. I don't want my style to be dark. There was that Captain America one. A lot of people dug it too, and you know that's awesome. But if you look, the one I just have on the screen, it's similar to this. I don't know if I want to go this far with the anatomy looking like that. I'm sure it's fine, but like this kind of like if you look at this face, right, it goes in and simple shape. That's all for the cheekbone, and I do this a lot. I love that look, and then you just bring it in, but it's simple. I want to make sure I'm getting back to this because not only is this fast, but it has a shape language to it that I absolutely adore. And this is getting closer to it, but I think this is an evolution of that Captain America piece. You know, like it's got more of a background, so it's a finished illustration, which is fine. This here, I dig a lot. You know, I don't think I would do the fire the same. I would probably more Kirby that up. But again, this is in vein of the direction I'd like to go. So all of that, what's to say from just this face here, this is like where I'm trying to, this is where this is reminding me of it, is just not to forget to keep adding this kind of feel to it. Because I just like the way it looks, man. Like, I don't know. I may as well go all the way with this stuff until something breaks. And then once it breaks, then I can reel it back in. Now this is what I'm talking about, where it's a little bit, you know, like there's a lot of detail in this face. And I'm not criticizing her art because you can draw whatever way you want. It's more of a problem for me with the reference I have here, is that it's little tough to figure out some of this stuff, right? Like, I don't know if this goes over and this is like a bandana. I'm just going to take some liberties here. It's got that superhero feel. Kind of reminds me a little bit of, what's her name from Street Fighter? Armika? Is that her name? Armika, the wrestler? But yeah, she's got like these horns. And again, I don't know. I'm assuming they come up from here. So we'll be able to hide quite a bit too. If the chin is sharp, it is anime. Okay, all right. That's good observation. I think we'll just swipe that from now on. All my characters have to have sharp chins. That way, I know I'm at least hitting a beat that I want. Okay, so we're gonna go here. And again, I know I flipped this image so her hair, this part that goes over her eye, you know, like it looks good this way, but it's actually on this side, and it's gonna help frame her face a lot better too. And I'll figure out all the hair once we get in there, but I just want to make sure I have some of that in there. We're gonna put in that bow, ribbons out the yin yang, so we'll get all that. Again, I'm just worrying about faces right now, so I don't want to dwell too much here. All right, so we got this character. Now this one's you know, not that good, so we're gonna have to spice this one up a little bit. Figure it out when we get in there. Oops. Switch over here. Now, what's cool with this one, I'm actually going to have a lot of fun with this, is the hair is supposed to be fire. So the effect that she drew in here, I thought it was more like ethereal kind of hair, you know? Like just energy-based hair. But it's fire. So, I don't really care too much about getting it all right here, because once we get into the line art, we're going to do all like the particles and all that fun stuff. But I just want to have like the idea. I think I might even just do this, just drape it all in front. I mean, I need to draw women more, 100%. I've always needed to draw women more. I just have more fun drawing men. But one of the things with women, right, you get like a lot of long hair and you can cover things. So I could just cover all the neck and the complicated area of like where things and forms are falling. And I think I might just keep her eyes. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like that gambit thing. I don't know what this character's eyes look like, where everything is black but the pupils give it like an energy feel, you know? And then the character in the background, the mistake I had that was corrected is this mask. It's just like a face mask. So we're not going to see a mouth. We'll get the eye. I'll remember that when we go in there. There's enough information back there for me to understand what we're doing. Okay. So let's turn the reference off. We got all our new faces. I think. Oh, oops. I think I drew that on the wrong layer. Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do is we're just going to go in here. What I'm doing is just making a layer underneath all this stuff with white. And you'll see why in a second here. Okay, fix some of that anatomy up. Okay, so now when I turn the layer off, you see how that the new information stays over top. So that's all we need. Okay, so I should probably put all this in that rough layer. Let's put it down there. Perfect. There. Now we're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna start with this dude down here. I don't know. I like drawing the ninjas. Right? This guy reminds me of a ninja. I'm sure he is when he's got a katana. I'm gonna draw him first. He looks like a lot of fun to draw. Plus, I got. Let me just bring this in. Like I said, I got a 3D model of the sword, so I'm able to just bring that in. Let's just duplicate it, so we can always go back, and we're just gonna drop that in here. Boom. 3D models. Gotta love them. And I'll turn the layer. We'll just drop the opacity, because I need to see through it when we draw the hand and stuff. Icon, do you have a Discord server? I do not. I'm on Discord. I'm on other servers, but I don't have my own. I don't even know if you have to pay for it. I do know like a lot of people on Patreon, or like just people in general. You get your own community of people that like your channels and stuff, right? I don't know if you have to pay to host something like that. I don't even know if there's any value in it, to be honest. You guys can always let me know. I've had maybe a handful of people ask about Discord servers, but not. There's nothing that's been pushing me that it should be something I should do or start including. So maybe if there's enough people making noise about it, could be something I'm interested in. One second here, guys. I'm just gonna turn on some music for myself. I wonder if there's like some streaming music we could turn on. I don't even want to play with playing down that road. Let me go to here. Gonna put on some metal. Actually, no. You know what we should put on? We're gonna put on some like background music. I've been getting right into Mass Effect lately. So I posted a video yesterday. Anybody that's interested in that, talking about a tool called the Adventure Crafter. It's like an hour-long video, so you don't have to watch that. Generally, what it is, if you're interested in writing comics, it's a tool that's used for role-playing games. Primarily, that's what, or at least my understanding, is what it was created for, and to give you a whole bunch of writing prompts organically. And then it's your job to connect them to weave together a storyline. Again, in the context of playing, and I'll just say Dungeons and Dragons, just so I think most people know what that is. But you can use that within the context of role playing games. So you can use that to generate like a background for a character, or a city, or a place, or peoples. You can use it to generate where the story could go. You could use it to generate a whole bunch of different things. In that video, anyway, I was talking about just showing you as an example of the tool itself, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Like, I dig it a lot. And then how we could maybe use that for comics. Somebody had a wonderful comment, and I actually think it makes a lot of sense. And I'll do my best to try and get one going, where we run through the Adventure Crafter just to come up with the first little plot hook, and I'll draw comic thumbnails as I do it. And I think that might be a better bridge for all my artist friends to see how it could be practically used to thumbnail out a comic. Now, that's a lot of work, but I mean, super simple stuff for that, I think could go a long way. So we'll do that. Really long-winded way to get around something. So one of the role-playing games that I like, that I've been playing a lot, is called Ironforge. Or Ironsworn, sorry, and it's like it's a great game. It's free. You guys can check it out. Ironsworn.com, I think it is. If you're into this sort of thing, if you like the idea of being able to play by yourself, maybe it could be thought of like a creative exercise, a creative writing exercise, that kind of thing. It's been tremendously awesome for me, like I said, but I use it in a different way. Anyway, the guy has a Kickstarter going right now for it's almost like a sci-fi space version called Starforged, and it's been unreal, man. Like, I didn't know, like, I'm all right with like sci-fi, but this has been awesome. It's been really good. Anyway, so what I've been doing is listening a lot of Mass Effect. I don't know if you guys are into Mass Effect at all, and it's okay if you're not. If you don't, I know video games and comic book artists are supposed to stay very far apart because comic books take so much time, right? But anyway, I've been listening to that soundtrack from all three Mass Effects or whatever, right? While I'm playing, and it's been some good times, my friends. Okay, let's get this out here, and let's draw this guy up here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this because I'm having trouble seeing this guy. But I don't want to lose the color she had, so I'm just going to do a little level correction. We're just going to just smash that right up because I just want to see the line art. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And I'll merge it down with this. There we go. I wonder if we can just multiply that. Actually. Hey, Donald. Welcome. That was a cool. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I know you would retweeted or shared whatever that comment somebody had, and I'm hoping that not everybody needs to watch that stuff, but I know what they were saying, and that's not what the tool was. And trust me, I've read a lot of things on how to write and stuff, because I'm always trying to get better at that too, right? And it's like, I know what he's talking about with tropes and stuff, or they're talking. I don't know if it's a he or she or whatever the hell. But I'm like, I wonder if that person ended up watching it, and I mean, I know it's a long video, so I can see why people wouldn't want to watch it. But yeah, it's been great. If you do try, man, let me know. Let me know what you think. I know I was showing the cards. Most people will probably buy the book. You just need some dice, like a digital dice roller, or get one on your phone, or whatever. You just need a percentile dice, so like a D10 or two D10s, and you pick one to be like the first number, the second to be the second, and blah, blah, blah. And you're good to go. I highly recommend trying it. It's fun, if anything. Hey, April, welcome. You are awake. Cool. Okay. I think, you're here. So let me, I had a question. Sorry, let me just mute this. I got this music just blasting in my ears. You guys might have noticed I started yelling. But, April, okay, question for you. So, and it's cool either way. I was just curious. So, obviously I am going to color this. my question to you is, what's the style that you would like me to maybe this isn't the right way of saying it, but there's this look here. I'll call it the Green Goblin. And what I would do with this is, it would look similar. It would look more in vein of like this once it's colored, or what I've always done for you before when it's colored. But the line art has a little bit of shadows in it, right? Do you like that, or would you prefer, I guess, what I've done for you before, where it's just the cleaner line art? Let me bring up something else I did for you. Where we let most of the color doing all the heavy lifting here, right? Inks. So it would look more, I guess it really doesn't matter, but it would be more in vein of this, than when the color slapped on. And you know I love saturation. I know you love saturation in your color, so it's always going to be saturated. I guess the crux of my question is, would you prefer it, or would you like it, or not, to have a little bit of shadow like this, or would you like it nice and open like that? You just let me know. By the way, I know it doesn't show very well on the ref, but the guy you're drawing now has an X eye patch over the eye that's closer to the camera. Oh, an X. Oh, he's got, okay, so kind of like a solid snake, right? Like something like this. Where would this go then? I think what color is that X2? Is it white? We'll figure that out as we get in there. Donald, yeah, I figured it's a good method to start formulating a story, but you didn't say rely on 100% to write the adventure. You seem to mean is yeah. You're summing it up better than how I was saying it. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of those tools that people should use are just ways to get your brain moving, right? Get an idea flowing, and the thing with the Adventure Crafter is it gives you it's like up to 5 random things that involve characters or places, and then it's up to you to somehow connect the dots between them. And that's the beautiful part. There's a person that I've met on Discord, actually, through solo role-playing games, and I wasn't understanding the Adventure Crafter. I was having trouble with it, so they spent some time with me and just ran through simply like what you just saw there, like what I was doing, and we both came up with we had the same 5 points, right? And we both came up with different stories based on that, and that's where I knew, oh, this is magic. Nice and open. You got it. Thank you, by the way. It's like a square-shaped eye patch, and then a thick X that goes from corner to corner. The eye patch itself is like the color of his pants in the X, and the X is the color of his hair. What? Let me reread that now that I'm looking here. Monstrositus. There's that name again. Welcome, buddy. You can call me Jonathan if you want, or if you want to do John, it's Jon. I don't care. I know you're talking to me, so that's all that matters. Okay, so it's a big, thick, square eye patch with a thick X that goes from corner to corner. Okay, the eye patch itself is the color of his pants, so like this dark gray, and the X is the color of his hair. So this is the part I'm having a little bit of trouble with, I guess, April. Maybe I don't see, maybe they are different, but his pants look like the same color as his hair. Help me, Obi-Wan. I am confused. All right, so let me get this eye patch in while you're here. I'd like to be able to get in this other eyebrow. I think that'd be cool. And then we want a big, thick, square eye patch. Something like that. Probably the strap would go under the mask, right? That way we can see this cool mask. Bring it here like that. I'm just going to go simple with this. And then we want a big, thick X. Let's see if this works. You might be dumb. Hang on to see if I can. All right. Let me sign in. I don't know if am I on Discord? I am not. Okay, let me log in. That's funny, man. All right. Character design, eh? Fuck. It's like we make so many designs that you can't remember them all. All right, ear in here. I said this too. I don't think you were here, April, but I know. You know what I need to do here? One sec. This guy, I have him just trying to use this as reference, and he's just too big. So why don't I just shrink him down? Come on, man. I know you have a choker on him. I'm just turning it into a necklace a little bit, not too far out here, because like I was saying, that red's really going to pop. And I want to be able to see it. And the way I drew his head here, it doesn't really leave a lot of room to see it there. It shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna figure out where his eye is in a second after we draw it here. Okay, what did you send me here? Let me check. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. That I would have. Oh, okay, I see. All right, so let me fix that up then. Go here. We'll kill that. Make a new layer. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you're bringing it down that way. Interesting. Okay, let me fix this then. So the eye patch is going that way. Ah, damn, I'm going to lose that cool. You know what? Nah, I don't want to make it. I was going to make it go behind the eyebrow because the eyebrow looks cool. I hate losing eyebrow shapes. It's like, screw it. We'll just keep it. And then it goes down this way. Cool. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. You got the color. That's fine. The colors are just backwards, yeah. Real Mega Bros, welcome. I like the name. I'm watching you on and off since Squirrel God. Holy shite. Squirrel God, eh? My God. You know what? Hold on. Hold on. We're going to watch a video together, guys. If it's still on YouTube. A lot of my stuff is just gone. Squirrel God. Let's see if it shows up. Cut YouTube. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's just, that's so sad. Oh, no, I found it. Oh, wait, is this it? Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's campy as hell. Yeah, yeah, alright, here we go, guys. All images are a work in progress. Where do we go here? Alright, I'm going to full screen it. Let me get my, so you guys can, I think, desktop audio. Let me just see if, yeah. Properties. Oh, maybe, okay. Let me see. There we go. Alright, so this will probably flag any kind of monetization, but who cares? Who cares? Alright, we'll watch this. I'll mute myself or whatever. This is 2013. And let me just describe it here so you guys can see how truthful I am, right? A quick video showing some of the concept art I made for a webcomic I'll be launching this year in 2013 called Squirrel God. Now, I should say I had full intents and purposes of doing that, but the problem with me is I let people know of projects that I'll be starting and that they'll be launching before actual big movements in production have even started. That's something I've just tried to stop doing altogether. So that's why I don't talk about anything I'm working on, because unless something comes out or it's almost done, like if I'm doing work for other people, I'll talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about it, whatever. But yeah, look at this, man. People dig this stuff. I just need to. It's not that I need to figure if I want to do comic book work at all. I think it's just if I actually want to devote the time to do this kind of thing. That's all it is. It's times are different now. But anyway, let's watch this because there's some cool stuff in here. I actually had a lot of fun thinking about this project. But anyway, okay, let's. I'll mute myself. Shut up, John, and then we'll listen to this together. Okay. Okay, you know what? I I'm pretty sure there's a second version of this because I was like, I know there's certain things that aren't in here, man. Anyway, I could look for this, but there's like a picture. It's a black guy. He's the main character. He was a janitor at a school, and the reason it's got all that somber music, right? Like it's just sad, is it was supposed to actually be like a pretty sad, like the story I had in my mind anyway for it, like whenever that was gonna happen, was it was actually a lot darker and sad than maybe what it looked like. It wasn't anything, like he was gonna get bitten by a radioactive spider or sorry, a radioactive squirrel, anything like that. But it was more of I don't even know how to phrase it. Like I never came up with those elevator pitches for it, so it's like I got to explain backstory and all that crap that nobody's gonna care about unless it's actually something. But anyway, I remember, yeah, the pictures weren't even there. He had an acorn that he could summon, kind of like Goku's flying Nimbus, right? You gotta have that. But yeah, that was man. I don't know if you guys could tell. Some of the drawings there, they were drawn on yellow paper there, and that's when I worked at I not that's where I work now. Um, EB Games. I was working at Dollarama and EB Games at the same time, and you know anybody that's an artist that works at a job, you probably scribble on whatever paper you can find on your break from time to time. Maybe some people do it all the time, but anyway, that's what that yellow paper was. That's when it was slow. And if you've ever shopped at EB Games and you ever bought a used game, sorry, let me rephrase it to the way that they used to use it. Recycled, because you can recycle a game. They used to go back and all their used games would be behind the shelf, right? In those yellow CD paper case holder kind of things, right? And I would just grab one of those like when they would rip or something like that. That would be my paper that I would use. But anyway, I used to come up with so many ideas there. And then when I was working at, like I say, at Dollarama, I'd rip off pieces of cardboard from boxes that we would open for inventory and stuff like that. So, uh, those are some interesting times, man. Interesting times. But anyway, yeah, thanks for everybody. Thanks also Mega Bros for bringing that back up. A little blast from the past. Whittingham, welcome. Jay Whittingham, welcome. Thank you, sir. All right, let's toss on this Mass Effect again. Mm-hmm. All right. So we got about, I'm thinking about an hour until I'm done working for the day. So I want to see how much of this I can get done in that hour. I know line art, for me, I've been lucky. Like it's generally pretty quick because I've done this so much. Like worked in this look. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to jam this out. Let's actually move that sword up a little more, yeah? There we go. What the hell's that? April 2, if you're in here, I'm just going to take some liberties with some of these designs as well, if you don't mind. I know some people hate when you start screwing around with designs they had. You finish the hand right on. Mega Bros saying I used to draw on the walls in the bathroom where I work. Damn, that's some next level shit right there. Just like you really didn't like that place you worked at, huh? If you're just gonna start drawing on walls, golly. Hey, no problem. See you later, brother. Guy comes in here, drops the bomb, and then like leaves. I love it. Big old beefy bicep, because you got to have them, right? Boom, boom, boom. Oh shit, am I seriously drawing all this on the same way? Awful. Okay, well, let's back this up here. Jeez Louise, man. We've got all these layers going over here. I assume that this is all drawn on a separate layer. That's good. Good thing I found out now. Alright, so this guy's got like this... trying to make him look a little bit more... He's kind of jumping at us. He's got like a very weird pose. A lot of him's covered by this dude in the foreground, so you guys are going to see some things that probably are like... They don't make a whole lot of sense. But when it's all done, hopefully it'll it'll make more sense here. Let's get him out of the way here. Actually, I'm wondering maybe we can just bring the whole leg out like that. Nah, I don't like that. So you're saying this glows, April? Is that what you said? I have to reread what you sent me. Because I know you said you want the clean line art, and I'm going to give you the clean line art, but when I hear energy, man, that means I get an excuse to draw Kirby dots. I hope you don't mind Kirby dots. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Cedric, welcome, brother. Family, yeah, everybody's doing great over here. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, the choker is a red pentagram, and it glows whenever he summons his familiars. It's basically these demon pets that can transform into big monsters. Okay. Well, maybe I guess he's not summoning monsters, but I just want to draw some effects. Hope you don't mind. So we're gonna do some Kirby dots here. How do we describe that for everybody? I'm trying to think. If we just put the dots around it like this and it's glowing, or if we give it like a little bit of a glow and then the dots around it. I think we're going to do that. Okay, so the way I'm going to think of this, the way I like to do it is sort of think of fire. At least that's the effect I'm getting this. If it's pentagram, it's Satan, it's hell, right? It's all this kind of thing. In this instance, the pentagram would just be red with a star. It would be dark red. I was saying if it glows, maybe I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't mean to be ignorant about it. Maybe we could put some pets or something in there. So we're gonna go like this for the shape, and then the actual dots. I'm gonna bring them all the way out here, just because I don't know. I'm a fan of this stuff, as you guys all know. Let's see if we can fill this in. Look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, thank you. Can you send me on? I don't. If you haven't drawn any, just let me know. That's fine too. But if you have an example of what these familiars look like, send them to me. Because there's a open spot right here. Because I have an idea. I could connect this fire into this little demon. Like, if it's just like, you let me know. If I could just draw something like this, like these cute little demons or whatever for now, and then you're telling me they turn into something, that's cool too. Like something, like just cute. I'm just saying, like, I could adjust this or whatever, but like, just so you can see it, what I'm talking about, like, it would be coming out kind of something like this, right? Like, like it's summoning out of these things. I could do something like that. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Smith. We can just say they're off screen or something. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna add one. Yeah, hell yeah. Unless I'm only gonna add it if it's like simple. If it's like a whole bunch of work, well, we'll see. But this is the idea that I'm kind of thinking of, that it could come out there like that. I think that'd be slick. Just add a little bit of this character into it, like what he's doing. You can send me them? Okay, thank you. So I'll wait until she sends me them, and then we're gonna put some dots in there. I've been trying to tone them down too, the dots that I've been drawing, guys. Like, what was that last piece we did? Until I hear from April here. It's another one of my role playing guys. It's like I got role playing guys all the time. But if you guys check this out, if I open up the inks, okay, so here's the line art, right? Like, same similar thing that I'm doing. There's the fire, and then I just slap the inks over top. Right? Same thing. Look, I'm like making the shapes of dots, right? And then when we put the dots over top, like, it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. And even in here, just to break up the white shapes to make it change. I don't want to get into the whole Kirby thing, but it helps so much. For me, at least the way that I've been digging it, doing it this way. And I've told you guys to death why I don't like Kirby dot brushes and stuff like that. But I can already see it going in here. Oh, you have an idea? Okay. Like, one of them is basically this baby seal, okay, with stupid energy eyebrows. Oh, angry. Angry eyebrows, and he's like a little brat, so he can be cuddling up to him while the others are charging. Okay. Let's take a look. I don't have a whole bunch of room, but we'll see what we can get in here. So while I'm waiting for that, what I'll do, and thank you, by the way, April, is let's get this sword all ready to go. So I'm going to bring it up here. We're going to maximum opacity. And then we are going to make a clipping mask, and we're just going to erase. As you can see, this model has like a lot of, like, what is this, faces. When we get into inking, I can clean all that up, so it's not a big deal. You can always clean things up. Actually, let's lower the opacity here so I can see the arm. There we go. Let's get the sword nice and juicy. Okay, I think I got him. Thank you, April. Okay, cool. Geez, okay. All right, what I might do is I might take a little bit of creative freedom on this. We'll see. Let's try to draw some of these in here. I was kind of thinking that they were going to be not that. I didn't want to draw animals. I hate drawing animals. Animals are so tough for me to draw, so I should probably draw them more. All right, let's see what we can get in here then. I'll make a new layer. So I don't know where to put the seal, like, oops. Like here? Maybe? Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. We don't want to go that high. Make a little tiny guy. I don't know how big these guys are, but And I'm just going to take some liberties on this. I just want to take too much away from the character, right? We'll go here with this one. And then it looks like you got some... so these guys transform. So these are like cuter animals, yeah? Okay, what I might do with these ones then is I think... maybe it's like they're just... maybe I could do one of them here. Like the cat. Like the jaguar, whatever. It looks like a jaguar. It's not. I mean, just the colors. I know it's not a jaguar there. Getting the big old Satan eyes. Maybe like it's, you know, like the energies are just kind of coming out. Just a subtle little thing that's more for you. And then we would put the energy around it like this, maybe. Something like that, maybe. Maybe. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we'll do line art. Just try to think, because what this lets us do is we can use some negative shapes here, right? Something like that. So that'll all be white. All right, this is just going to let me visually see where the black needs to go. All right, now this guy, let me pull up that reference. Whoops, wrong picture. Okay, and this one we can get the Kirby dots around it again. Alright, let's see how this magic works. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of that. Oops. Sorry, this is giving me a little bit of a mind F here. I'm just trying to. There we go. I'm trying to see it. It's getting a little hard to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, this just gives this guy a little bit of some pop. Some pop, pop, pop. Let me just try maybe turning all this crap off. No, we'll leave it. I need to see it. Cool. I think that works. Alright, so we'll go there, and then let's fill this in with white so we don't have to see all the stuff underneath this character. Yeah, something like that. And I think also what we'll do is we'll bring in some more this way. This way, when we add the color, the eyes and stuff will really pop. Okay, so we'll go there, and then we're going to put in some Kirby dots here. Again, so this is the way I like to look at it, right, is like breaking up these shapes even more, giving them a little bit more, like, if you think of fire, like, you know, like the licks that the flame gives. And then we'll put a little bit out here. And the other thing too is, I know this one's going to be a little bit more colorful, so I might be able to go in here and just change the color of these Kirby dots. They don't have to be black. If it makes the energy look a little bit better for these guys, right? Like if they're all red energy too. Yeah, I like that. Just makes it look a little like, you know, some cool stuff's happening. Okay, so I think this guy's done. Well, not done, but the line art for him's done. So what we do, just to make it easier on myself, oops, all this is supposed to be in one layer. Okay, I'll grab all this, put it in its own layer. turn everything off here. Just makes it easier to do a selection. So I'm going to press wand. I'm going to press W for my magic wand. Make it select everything. Cool. And then we're going to make our KO layer. And now, I don't know what the thicknesses we're going to do here. Maybe like a nice juicy 8. That might be a little brutal. We'll see. For now, I'll just put 4. And then what I'm going to do here also is I'm just going to make a clipping mask. I want to make sure that none of this, the Kirby dots, get any of that KO layer on them. It just makes it look a little soft and weak. Hey, Daniel, welcome. Thanks, man. Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. Appreciate that, dude. You got a YouTube channel here, too? Yeah, everybody's got YouTube channels these days, yeah? Well, welcome. I appreciate that. There we go. Okay. So this guy's done. And like I said, we'll finish or fix all like any kind of weird stuff going on with the line art. Next up, we'll do, I think, the guy with the big-ass gun. This guy right up in the front here. Just because he's going to be overlapping and stuff. Now, the gun I don't have a model for that. Excuse me. I do have, like, it's a 3D model of a gun, but it's not, I couldn't find a 3D model of the type of gun, if that makes sense. So we're going to have to do some draw over on that. Which is fine. We'll go there, grab our reference. This guy's got a cool design to him, too. What's that? You do? Cool. Hope you accept someday chat and on live. Oh, yeah. I would love to, you know what I mean? You see everywhere online, everybody is jiving and working with other people and streaming, and I used to do all that too. It's just super hard for me right now to find time to do anything. So sadly, it's like, you know, all my stuff is super casual right now, but I do appreciate the offer, and yeah, one day would be cool. I appreciate you reaching out, man. Thank you. Okay, let's get this character going and bring him over a little bit more. Making this character look a little, probably, I don't know how crazy this character is, but they just give me the vibe, this dragon kind of rage and anger and having fun kind of vibe. You too. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Stream. Hey, don't. Yeah. Sorry. Streaming when you have kids running around is hard to do. Yeah. I can't even imagine, man. Maybe if they're a little older and you could figure. Like I see. What's the guy's name? Cheeks. Sean Galloway. Whenever he posts online, You'll see his kids watching TV and he's drawn. I don't know what that guy is. I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges here, but it's like I'm not quite sure how he does that, unless like you just get your kids to watch TV all the time, which could be what he's doing. I don't know, but yeah, it always makes me a little curious how parents find time to draw, especially when they're watching the kids, right? Or watching your kids. I shouldn't say the kids. Maybe it's just an age thing, right? Like the older they get, the more their own interests they're gonna find. They don't necessarily need you around to do stuff. But I also like I'm sad for when that day comes, man. Like part of me is like, yeah, I love being able to have my own time and, draw just like anybody else, like have your own time to do your own thing. But at the back of my head it's like once Alexander finds his own time or his own reason to do things and he's not gonna need me around or he can just you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's bittersweet, man. Not looking forward to it. Let's just say that. He's probably the least crazy out of anyone in the group. Perfect. But who knows? Maybe he becomes less shy and the story goes on. That's funny. I'm drawing him like the most insane. Or maybe not the most insane. Maybe he's just having a good time. There we go. We'll give him the insane eyes. There we go. This guy's just... Oh, that's funny. Why don't you live stream, man? Because I have unruly ass feral little savages running around my house all day. LOL. You sound like a guy I work with. He talks with his kids in the same way. It's funny. I'll go somewhere like that. All right, let's get this gun in here because that's pretty much what's gonna steal the show. The spotlight. I'll lower the opacity a bit. Let's turn that off. Make a new layer. Best part about having kids is watching them grow up. Worst part about having kids, watching them grow up. Man, like I've said this a bunch of times to the point where people are probably just sick of it. And if you don't have kids, I totally understand why. Like, just I was in the same boat. I didn't have kids, and I mean, like, kids make they're cute and stuff, but like until you have your own, it's you never actually know the actual meaning of this kind of stuff. But I know exactly what you're saying, man. It's bittersweet. Now, I'm not trying to draw every single detail on this thing, but we'll see how she goes. It's like it feels done when it looks done. saw the other day. I'm listening to the Mass Effect soundtrack right now, but I saw the other day. It looks like there's a Mass Effect remaster or something out. Anybody playing that? I remember playing the first one for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and I thought the game was just absolute trash. Then I came back to it maybe like half a year later, and I don't know what happened, but it just became like one of my favorite games I've ever played. And I was on board ever since then. 2 came out, and 2 was just like, holy shit, that's probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Then for whatever reason, I didn't play 3. But yeah, I saw the remaster or remake or something was out. Thinking about grabbing it. It's probably just super expensive though. Toilet, welcome. This is a very PogChamp. It's gonna like date me. I have no idea what you just said. I know what the hell PogChamp is. I don't know what I'm doing that's a PogChamp. I need you younger kids to tell me what it means. Edward, welcome. All right, I think that's enough. That's enough. That's enough of the gun. It's lingo for cool. This is very PogChamp. This is lingo for cool. Right on. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, what's cool mean? Just joking. Okay, so we got the gun. At least now we can put a hand on it. We can get rid of some of this stuff. All right, let me just merge a whole bunch. I guess we can merge it all. We don't have a bajillion layers. All right, make a new layer here. All right, where is this guy's costume? Boom, there we go. Okay, so what we need is a hand pulling the trigger. So we'll put a knuckle here. The hand is somewhere in there, okay? Boom, 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 boom. Got the cool blue hands here. It's gonna look sharp. Okay, so we'll go there, and then we're gonna get the other hands here, or fingers, I should say. April, do you have a website or anything set up for this comic yet? Because I'd like people to be able to hit this up if they're interested in the character designs or just curious about following this comic are you, you know? Boom, 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 boom. What are we doing here? We just get rid of all the... That doesn't look right. Yeah, I guess it's covering all that, so you're not going to see it. All right. Just do something like that. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. No, not yet. Okay, no problem. Oh, man. Just give me a second to stretch, my friends. All right. Let's get back to it. So this guy, I mean, all the detail or the real estate of the page is this fancy gun, right? So his design, we're not like he's got a simple design, so we're not gonna see too much of it. But we got this here, his trench coat looking thing. You've had the idea for a while of making like a behind the scenes thing where I show all the original sketches and refs. Yeah, I think people would really be into that. People enjoy process. Certain kinds of people like process. A lot of people just like finished product, right? But yeah, I was just curious if you had anything, so we could link people to it or send them to your work. Or hell, I mean, you could send them to your what's it called? Your Instagram, if you want. What's that? I'm a simple American. I see a gun and I like. All right, you're my kind of people. All right, then his leg will be somewhere in there. Yada yada. Okay, I gotta figure out the eyeballs for this guy, but we'll do that when we get into the inking. Crap. Okay, where do I got open line art? Right here. Hey, what's going on here? So you guys can kind of see the point of putting these characters in like separate layers, right? Um, so this guy, you know, we can move him around. I can adjust them still, even though the finished line art's done. So what I like to do is have everything kind of this way, and then I can adjust stuff, right? Like maybe I want this guy, I don't know, a little more rotated or something like that. And then we can worry about inking. So for now, that's all we're doing. Just getting this. Okay. So the next one, let me turn these guys off. And bring up that rough again. We're going to do I'm assuming it's the main character. I could be wrong. Is this the main character? April, the girl here? Gotcha. Okay. I just assumed this one was the main character. I don't even know if I could tell you why. I'm going to move her head over a little bit. Maybe it's the fighting female thing. It's like usually they're the main characters. Some classic tropes. Gotcha. Okay. That'll probably make for better stories anyway. That's good. I'm gonna just make this go a little more transparent. I have a little trouble seeing this character here. Hold on, bro. You drew DBZ characters? Yeah, April's got it right. I drew a whole bunch of stuff. We've been drawing a long time. Getting old as hell now. Drawing all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you gotta... Any artist has to draw some Dragon Ball characters, right? Especially if you're a guy. You gotta draw some Dragon Ball characters from time to time. So I know a lot of this, she's going to be covered by this guy like that, right? So there's some details I'm kind of leaving out here. Like the gun is going to cover up her chest and stuff like that. Let me just turn that off so I can see what in the hell. I have to, it's the lock. Sure is, man. Okay. Actually, what the hell did I have her arm doing? Oh yeah, it's just straight. Okay, so she got a crap load of hair going everywhere, and then we got these awesome ribbons that we're gonna do too. Okay, so I don't think we need the reference up anymore. I just need to see where the hell I'm losing myself a little bit, and all those detail, the other characters behind it and stuff. Excuse me. Didn't you draw Asian Boo a bit ago? Pink Man, Chubster. Yeah. Here, I'll bring him up so you guys can see him. Edward, what were your experiences at Comic-Con conventions? I've generally had positive experiences. Is there something like particular or specific you're wondering about? So I know we definitely drew Broly at one time, because he's the best. We can find him somewhere in here. There we go. In the older style, eh? There we go. Look at that. Big Broly. This one was a lot of fun. I actually really liked the way this one came out, especially with the energy. But, like, I would be lying to you guys if I didn't say I do miss drawing this way from time to time. It takes... Maybe it doesn't take longer. Maybe it seems like it takes longer. You know what it is? Now that I'm kind of spitting out loud. There's certain... and I've said this before. There's certain language that drawing this way doesn't let me do. If I bring up, like, a modern thing that we just did... What was the last picture I just drew? This guy. So, and I totally get it. Some people don't like this stuff. I understand. That's fine. But, like, you see this shape language where it's like you get these bonker, wacky shapes. And what it allows me to do is make some things that don't make sense possible. So an example would be, maybe, I guess this would be possible. Or maybe not. Look at the bicep right here. Let me speak English here. Let me just do some basic inks here so it's a little clearer to see. But you see this line of the bicep? That would never ever happen. This design, these like 3 circles, they're just too simple. I feel like I would need to add a little bit more rendering or something, you know? Like, so when I do this, I mean, to be fair, all the coloring is probably drowning out what the hell I'm talking about. Let's just turn all this off. Oh, okay, cool. What? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's turn on the line art. Okay, so if you look at the line art here, I mean, I guess the inks are all merged in, but like you see, I'm adding like these little ticks and all that kind of stuff. I find the more I was doing this, the less I could just make organic nonsensical shapes. I had to. Things were starting to be because of my own doing. I suppose is like I'm bounding it to reality. So there's things that have to fit inside this, right? When we started doing I don't know if I put under Meijin Boo or is it just Boo. Let's see. There he is. So this one I don't think I had as much shadow. Yeah, definitely didn't have the same amount of shadow. But you see, like I'm doing like this bounce light, and even like the coloring here, it's a little bit more, and I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't look at this and hate that I drew this. I'm proud of this stuff for sure, and I do miss drawing it. Like Jessup King when I was doing that comic, right? It was all this kind of thing, and I'm sure I will return to this from time to time. Even what I'm doing with April today, this drawing, it's going to be in this vein, right? So it's not like I've just forgotten the ability to do this kind of stuff. It's just it's a different flow, you know. But like this, and it is to me, it is pretty different. There's things in here this artist wouldn't do, especially with like shading and stuff like just putting these weird bonkers shapes. Look at this peck. That looks like one of those fake muscles a guy would get injected. Have you ever seen those videos or those pictures of those guys that get those fake biceps put in, and they look absolutely ridiculous? Like it's not good. But to me, I have so much fun just putting in the shapes and letting it just move and be more of an artistic expression, I suppose, as opposed to this where I feel more like I'm just drawing how I would normally draw. I guess. I don't even know how I'm getting into that with you guys, but anyway. Was there any other? Oh yeah, I guess we did. Oh, okay. So I could show you this one too, since you're into DBZ, and I've gotta quickly use a washroom after this. Vegeta. So this is when we were playing around with the newer style too, right? It's a little bit mixed. I dig the hell out of this. I don't think a lot of people were really commenting it online when I posted it, and that's fine. I'm not looking for compliments or anything, but I do gauge interest from people's back and forth with stuff. But I love the hell out of this. Like this face and this neck and the anatomy. I love this to bits. To be honest with you, I'd love to go back to more to this. So there's that one, and then we did a Vegeta that was a little bit more. I've been actually trying to start coloring it with the Kirby dots and like. Let me just turn off. There we go. So just so you can see the inking, right? Like even this, it's got something to it that I love, like the energy and all that kind of thing. Oh, we need the background. Let's turn all that on. There we go. Right? It's cool. It's got some motion in it, but do you see what I'm saying? Like even look at this. Okay, so we got this big chest and then this like cartoon style leg sticking out. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it's got a power to it, and that's why I'm gravitating towards this newer style because it's letting me express it lets me express a language and a feeling more so than this stuff. And again, just to recap, I feel like when I was drawing this way, I had to draw a certain way because it makes more sense to like anatomy and stuff. Like right in here, like I'm basing it more on reality, even though maybe this might be a little bit in between. But anyway, okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, Edward, you were saying, well, I want to print out another another rectangle banner in order to have something behind me at future conventions, but I want to use a good display font for my name, maybe a Helvetica font. Sorry if it's complicated, it's the problem where I always overthink things. Hey, I don't think you can ask too many questions. So if it helps you at all, and I mean, I don't know if this probably played a negative thing in what I was doing, but I never had one of those banners that had my name on it. The cost was just so prohibitive, and I change my art all the time. So I was always worrying if I pick a picture to put on there, it might date me, or people are going to be like, I don't remember that art style. Like, I don't know who that is, blah, 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 blah. Maybe more in line with what you're saying, where it's like, I was overthinking things too. I mean, do whatever you want. Definitely try it out because it could work for you to have a banner. I might recommend, like, what I would do for myself in the future, or like going forward, is to have, like, look on Instagram or Facebook or something, wherever your art is, and see what's the most liked picture, and maybe just print that. The way I justify that is that's probably the piece that's most recognizable. Might not be the thing you like the most, but if it's the most liked thing, there's a chance that, people that are looking around while you're getting lost in the army of other artists, that they'll be like, hey, I think I remember that picture. That's probably the best you can do. Maybe I think I remember that picture. Might be the best reaction you could have from somebody. Okay, we got to do a whole bunch of ribbons here. Even the hair, I might do when we get more inking. But we'll see. So we're going to do what I like to do here for this stuff. I think we'll go this route. Let me just bring up that reference again. I just want to see how you drew it, April. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 4 ribbons. I don't want to go too nuts here. Okay. And then the hair looks like the hair goes all the way down here and it's like a gradient. Got it. Okay. I would have missed that. Where are the ribbons coming from? The flowers? Okay. Alright, let me see our composition here because that matters. Okay, so we definitely want you to look back at her. I'm going to do something like that. Just to fold them up a bit, right? Is there anything else we're missing here? Okay. So I know we got all that hair that we're going to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to save the hair. I'm going to just put actually a little bit of hair here. Just so that reminds me once we get to inking, right? To go ahead and make sure she's got a lot of hair back there. All right. So let's go like that. Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. coming along. It's coming along. What the hell's going on here? Okay. All right. Hey, Multi-Man, thanks. I appreciate that. Multi-Man. Mutt-Man. Multi-Man. Got superheroes on the brain, eh? Everybody's got a name. All right, what do we got here? All right, so we're going to do this lady, and then we just got this villain in the background, and then, I mean, I feel pretty good. This is a good little chunk of work done. And I copied her pose pretty much verbatim. Second. So like I said, her hair is going to be fire. So I think I have to be careful how I'm going to do this. A lot of this is going to get drawn over when we get to inking. Alright, and then she's got these cool wings, which I don't think we're going to see too much, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to get more Kirby dots in here because you got to have them. But for the fire, so I think we're just going to put the hints of the wings here. Alright, so let's make sure all these lines are good to go. Cool. Okay, there we go. Alright, so go something like that. And like I said, she's summons fire, but we got this guy in the background. And once we get the guy in the background, they'll be able to do something similar with like the Kirby dots we did down here. But for some sick ass fire. Okay. I was going to put hands back here with the bad guy, but I think it'll be fine because it'll give me a little bit more room here to get the Kirby dots in there. Alright, so let's grab our magic wand tool. I think we'll be okay. Go. Okay. So that was fast. Fast, fast, fast. Go there, and this goes all the way at the back. Cool. Alright, so let's turn all this off here. I know we still got the logo maybe we could put somewhere. What do you think? How do you feel of it? I don't even know, April, if you're still here. Maybe I'll keep it down here like that, and we'll thicken that up a bit. Maybe we'll keep it down there somewhere. Put the logo up here. Turn all that off. Turn that off. Turn that off. All right, so let me just take a quick pass here just to make sure contours and what have you. So there's a shape here that's, no, it's not her, it's him. It's knife guy. What's going on? Why isn't that because it's masked. Seriously? There. That's better. Wherever feels right. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I think that's it. And we're just going to make a quick fire layer, like I said. Fire, just to see. And I know it's around her hair too, so it lets us have a little bit more freedom here. Where do we want the motion of the fire? Maybe we can go this way with it. Actually, does she like summon fire or does she shoot fire from her hands? The reason I ask is summoning fire, I could see like doing what I'm kind of doing, where it's like fire's kind of in the background for her. But if it's coming from her hands, then I would probably do it more like she's shooting it out that way. Okay, well, we'll just put it over here then, like that. So she, okay. Guess that's black. I don't know if I want to do like maybe a little, like a little blast. Yeah, let's do it. What the hell? This will all make sense in a second here. It's kind of like a backwards way of doing the curvy stuff. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do here, just save it. Alright, so we're going to turn this off there, so that'll be black, and this will be white, right? So now it looks like we got some fire energy happening. Oh, one sec, gotta let the dog out. Okay, I gotta wrap this up here. What's that? You need to buy that broiler. Thanks. I think it should still be available on my Etsy store. Links are in the description. Okay, so hopefully that showed you guys a little bit of how to, or how a way that I do some of these fire effects or like the Kirby stuff. Excuse me. But last part here, I'm just gonna lower the opacity here. We're just gonna put a few Kirby dots, like I said, and then I'm gonna wrap this stream up. There we go. So at least it looks like her hand's shooting the fire. Okay, and then I'll make one more layer. Grab black, and just go put a couple dots on the outside, and then I'll also do some on the inside too. Some people ask, at least my understanding for the study that I've done to try to understand the reason to use Kirby dots for this style of, you know, drawing, or not drawing, maybe it's just rendering special effects. I used to look at Kirby dots as like, kind of like what I'm doing right now, where you just tap a bunch of dots somewhere. I mean, you could get that to work for you, but the more I studied it myself, what I started noticing is it's to break up negative space. It's to add texture in a flat image here. Like, it's not just adding dots where white stuff is. You know, it's building up forms. Like, here's an example here. Hopefully this shows it. You see how the white shape here, where like if I was to color all this white in, it would just be like that. But if I cut in with black, now it's got a different shape to it. And if I bring it in a little bit more like this, you see how now it curls in. It's like almost snakes in some shapes. That's what you want to do, and that just gives it a more maybe not organic feel, but it definitely gives it a more interesting feel. See, like you see how it's all white at the top, like it's just like a big energy blast. If we want like that, now it's split into two, right? So you're moving the eye. Where do you want the eye to go? That kind of thing. Same thing with up here with the flame. And again, I don't want to go too nuts with this stuff, but just enough to make it interesting. I think we'll just black all this there. And then what this lets me do when we get into inking, right? Like I would probably just fill all that black. Just so you kind of get the bad guy peeking out, but I'll leave that open so I can actually commit to that when we get into inking. But yeah, there you go. So hope you guys dug the stream today. Thanks everybody that participated and was here and opened up the chat. April, thanks for popping in. I hope you dig where the picture's going so far. Until next time, you guys, keep reading comics, keep making comics, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.